I was born in Norway, in a teeny tiny town, about an hour north of Oslo, which then seemed really far from Oslo. About 2,000 people, you wouldn't even call it a town, I don't think, here. And I had no idea that I was going to be an artist. I sometimes hear and see those video interviews and they say, oh, I knew when I was 4 I was going to be an artist, and I just had no idea. I did not know any artists. There was really no art around me. Art was just, you know, our yearly trip to Oslo. We ran through a museum and that was it, with school. And so I was going to be study economics and become an accountant. That was, you know, that was where the safe jobs were. And so I did that and ended up spending more and more time drawing in my homework books instead of really doing my homework. And after 3 years of studying that, I realized like this is kind of not going so well. I'm not really in my place here. I'm going to take 1 year. I'll get back to these studies, but I'll take 1 year and I'll do something I enjoy, and I like drawing, and you know, some people say I'm pretty good at it, so I'll go study that. So I studied drawing and painting and sewing. It was kind of a practical, you know, type of school for a year, and that was so much fun. I decided to do it 1 more year, and then I had to move to Lillehammer. You might know from the Olympics. Spent a year there, which is also a pretty small place. They have like 1 main street. That's the town. Then I didn't know what I was going to do. I threw in an application to this art school in Oslo. I found like an application from the year before, I think, hanging out in the hallway, and I filled it out and sent it in and figured, okay, well, now I guess I'll go look for a job. And then I got into the school in Oslo. And during those 3 years is when it sort of dawned on me that I think I'm on, you know, I'm on track here. I think I'm becoming an artist. And I think one of the instructors once said, like, only 10% of you, or whatever it was, will continue doing art. And I think that's when I like decided I'm going to be one of those 10%. This is what I'm doing. And so I moved to New York in '94, and I've been here ever since. And just continued studying. I found the Art Students League, took some classes there. Once I sort of had my skill base set, I dropped out of, you know, all the regular classes, and I said, now I can. This is coming out the way I want it to, so now what am I going to do with it? What am I going to use it for? So I sat and scratched my head for a couple of months and tried to figure out where to go next, and then started slowly finding my own way and worked from photographs for many years. Then at some point had that break with photography and left all my reference material, which was very difficult. When you have nothing to work from, it's almost impossible to know when something is right or done, or, you know, how do you just know? But I'm you know, once it's started happening, it got there, and I just have to trust that. So it's been ups and downs. Worked in acrylic paint for a while, went back to oil, which I'm still working in oil. And the figure has always been a central thing for my work. It's always there, so I just trust that it's supposed to be there, and I go with it and work very organically. I don't plan a lot. I don't work out anything ahead of time. I just mainly start working, start painting, and see what happens, see what images come out. This painting is from a series of the seasons. This is obviously fall, the end of the seasons. It started with winter. I didn't know then that I was doing the seasons. Again, this stuff just happens. Once winter came to be, then the rest of the seasons followed. This one I also incorporated some extra texture. Some of the hay is actual real hay that's in the piece. This was now 2 years ago. I applied for something called the London International Creative Competition, LICC, which is open for all kinds of mediums. They include sculpture, painting, drawing, photography, architecture, installation, performance art, everything as one. It's all art. And then they have 12 jurors from all over the world, from the States, from London, from Europe, and I actually found one was even from the Bergen Art Museum. And I was happy to get the news I was one of the 15 finalists for this competition, and decided to go to London just for the weekend, which I thought myself was really crazy to do, but I decided I'm just going to do it. And went there, and we had, the stuff was shown on a big screen. We all got up and got our trophies, got to say a little bit about our work. And then at the end, they chose the winner of the whole thing. And to all my, surprise, I was the winner. Very, very exciting. And got to have, there was a beautiful catalog produced from it. And
when was this?
This was 2 years ago now, I think. Yeah. And so it was very, very exciting.
Was it just one piece, or was it a body?
No, it was a body of work. I think we all submitted, it wasn't a whole lot, but about 5 pieces. And then for the final showing, they asked for more work, and they showed, up on the big screen. As an artist, there's, nothing feels really sweeter than knowing that other people appreciate what you do too, when it's so personal and so from your own just base, and when it hits other people, it feels wonderful.
That's a great idea.